What is up, guys? It's your boy Renegades, and today we have a brand new Xur Inventory review for the weekend of February 13th to the 16th, and so let's get started. By the way, guys, I'm going to be live streaming on twitch.tv/CacusHD tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific, doing some dungeon carries with viewers, as well as maybe trying out a brand new game. Definitely tune in for that. Alright, now as for Xur, alright, let's take a look at what he has. Firstly, for the exotics available for everyone, we have the Khepri's Sting in Bulwark with a tertiary melee, just kind of meh. Then we've got the Omnioculus in Gunner. I think you probably do want a melee spike since your smoke bombs are melees. Then we've got the Ursa Furiosa in Brawler, big melee spike, but, you know, improving Sentinel Shield and Unbreakable, nah. And then we've got the Arbor Warden, melee super weapons being Paragon. This is a bit of a weird one because it's so unique, it turns your class ability into a grenade, but keep in mind, guys, 63 is the literal maximum you can get for stats on an exotic right now. So, like, this might be a super good Arbor Warden to pick up just because it literally cannot get better in terms of total stats. Then we've got the Starfire Protocol. Brawler is not what I want to see. 62 is great, but obviously you want a big grenade spike, bigger than a tertiary for this. Then we've got the Matadoxia. Honestly, you want a super spike for this because it's all about massively increasing your super. And then we've got the exotic class item. Now remember, guys, we have Bulwark and Gunner and Brawler. Bulwark, Gunner, Brawler. Well, if you go and switch these mods on your Ghost, so I'm going to switch from Paragon to Specialist. Let's see if we can change them. Brawler, Specialist, Specialist. So right there, by switching those ghost mods, you can change the archetype of these exotics. You can keep changing it until you get, you know, the perfect roll. Might be worth doing with stuff like the Arbor Warden and the Starfire. You know, these have extremely high total stats, again, until you get those perfect archetypes, guys. But moving on from there, for the more offers, we do have the Deepsight Harmonizer available this weekend. You know, if you aren't at max, you should always be picking one of these up. If you don't have every single pattern unlocked, I would pick these up. Like for strange coins, I think it's absolutely worth it. There are still craftable weapons that see play because they have rolls that no other weapon can get. Now, as for the other weapons, we've got the Deathbringer Catalyst. Guys, I think this is like the third time ever the Deathbringer Catalyst is being sold. This is going to basically increase the damage of the Deathbringer, increase how quickly it reaches its max damage, and so, yeah, actually pretty good catalyst. Then we've got the Thunderlord Catalyst. This might also be a pretty uncommon one. Hold on, I'm going to look this up. Alright guys, I just looked it up and I could not find any other time Xur is selling the Thunderlord Catalyst. I think this is the first time ever Xur is selling the Thunderlord Catalyst. And guys, this is an incredible pickup. You 100% should buy this if you have the Thunderlord. This is massively going to improve your damage output because when you cause the Thunderlord Lightning Spike, it will partially reload the mag. So you are essentially like doubling, if not more, your magazine size. Actually crazy, crazy catalyst. This is a must buy, a must buy. Then we've got the Wardcliff Coil, you know, randomly just melts certain bosses. Then we've got the Telesto, randomly crashes the game. Then we've got the Arbalest. This is a fantastic weapon. If you don't have the Arbalest, this is probably a really good pickup. It has intrinsic anti-barrier rounds, just a very, very good weapon. Then we've got the Hawkmoon here. This weekend's roll, we have Killing Wind, which is not so amazing. Hammerforge Rifling is great. Textured Grip is kind of just okay. It's mid, very mid. Then for the other weapons, guys, we've got the Friction Fire with Field Prep Sympathetic, absolutely not. We've got the Extraordinary Rendition, low key, high key with the God Roll. Like, I remember this was the exact role I was going for back in, what, Season of the Chosen or something when this came out. Overflow, going to double the magazine size, instantly reload to that doubled magazine size every time you step over special or heavy ammo. And then also One for All, obviously really good with an SMG. Yeah, completely solid SMG. It's probably been power crept now by tier 5 stuff, but hey, if you want to get like actually the PvE god roll from back in the day, cool looking weapon, you can pick this up. Then we've got the Silicon Neuroma with triple tap demo. Not really, I mean, triple tap's great for PvE, but then you don't want demo. Then we've got the Royal Chase with no distractions, multi-kill clip. I don't think that's that amazing. Then we've got the Exalted Truth, a Trials of Osiris hand cannon with opening shot, god tier for PvP, moving target, which is decent for PvP, and then we kind of fall off after that. Honestly, like small bore, range masterwork with moving target, opening shot, those are all good. This is kind of where it falls apart. You don't want an extended mag, right, for PvP, and I think you can do better than moving target. So overall, this is decent. If you missed out on the Exalted Truth, you can buy this kind of just to have, but this is not like the Omega God roll must buy. Then we've got the Cruel Mercy. Actually decent roll on this Nightfall weapon. A demo in the left plus Frenzy. Just rock solid roll. Actually good roll. After that, we've got the Blast Batu with auto-loading and unfortunately moving target is where it falls apart. Spike Grenades is great, but yeah, we don't want moving target. Then we've got the Canis Major, Rampage, Impulse, no thank you. And finally, we have the Semicotition with Hatchling stats for all. Again, no thank you. Overall, guys, highlight this week, Thunderlord Catalyst. If you're missing this, oh my goodness, really makes a difference with your Thunderlord. And the Thunderlord is just a great weapon. People meme on it because it's like, you know, the LFG special, but it actually does more damage than the people trying to sweat Izanagi rocket swaps 90% of the time. You know what I mean? Because like it's just so consistent. So I love the Thunderlord, incredible catalyst, first time ever being sold by Xur apparently. Pick this up. Guys, that's it for the video. Hope you enjoyed and found this informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That is linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.